to the other equations. So free fall exertion, z of t is z0 plus v0 zt minus gt squared over 2, and vzt is v0z minus gt. All of these g and all that, what does that mean? Let me show you this. I want to find the velocity, only the vertical velocity of my marble, okay, at some time later. How? I throw the marble with initial velocity 1 meter per second. 1 meter per second. What is the velocity half a second later, 2 seconds later, 1 second later? I use this formula and I put 1 meter per second. Let's see another case. Here I dropped the object. So what's the initial velocity? Initial velocity is 0. Okay, I dropped the object. Still, I can use this formula. V initial is 0, but this tells me what the V would be at a later time. This is the only option. So I said throw up, throw straight up, toss it straight up with high velocity. Toss it straight up with low velocity. I'm changing V0. V0 positive because I'm tossing upward, but it's big one time, small one time. Then when I dropped it, V0 is 0. What about I throw it down? V0 is not 0, V0 is negative. So this shows you how I can have control over this parameter and change the motion so the velocity is different at different times, although the same formula holds. The only thing I can do is I change the initial value of the velocity. What about here? I can do the same thing. I have more parameters to play with. Not only initial velocity, where I'm starting. So in this case, I'm starting low. I dropped it. I can start low and throw it up and see how long it takes to go wherever. Or I can start up here and throw it down, or stop here and drop it. Start here and throw it. So I'm changing velocity vector and position vector. Initial position Z0. Here Z0 is small, so this parameter Z0 is small because I'm starting close to the bench. Here I'm higher up on the bench. Z0 is different. So I get different motion, different values of Z because I have chosen different initial position or different initial velocity. So these parameters. So this is a quadratic formula with time. Z is quadratic function of time with these parameters, Z0, V0, and G. The acceleration, rate of acceleration, I have no control over. To change this, I have to go to a different planet. But you see how different parameters means physical different things. And the fact that Galileo was right and Aristotle was wrong allows me to use this equation. This equation is true for all objects. Doesn't matter what object is free falling. Huge meteor coming down would follow the same formula as a small grain of sand falling on the beach. Everything follows the same formula. Nothing is different.